the activity of your brain, your chemistry, even your genetic content can be changed by practicing different systems of yoga.
If I was 16 years old today, I may not have to hide it as much from people. We live in a world where everything is constantly changing, with thousands of factors to juggle and balance. At times, it can feel like a lot. Living in constant uncertainty, it's quite common for people to want a break from it all, an escape of some sort.
People have made a conclusion that stress is an extra limb that they have in their body. Stress is an appendage that they cannot get rid of. Stress is not a part of you. You get stressful because you do not know how to handle your mind.
But today I've noticed a huge change in how people approach their issues of stress and anxiety. Mindfulness. The word mindfulness is suddenly popping up everywhere. The other day, I bought some face wash while rushing out of the grocery store. Later, while I was using it, I saw it was Mindful Beauty. I had actually bought a mindful face wash. A little help from Google revealed that I have been living under a rock. At our office fitness center, apart from Zumba classes and aerobics, they have a tiny room which they call the energy space. People can use this for meditation, to stretch, or to re-energize themselves. There's of course mindful eating, which leads to mindful grocery shopping, which I suppose means I ignore any budding interests to step into the junk food aisles. But for me, this just means leaning towards fresher foods instead of highly processed meals and too many frozen foods. I often get confused with so many versions of what exactly healthy is. Plus, the whole GMO thing just makes me feel like I'm choosing the best out of many evils. Staying as close to buying food in its natural state is my usual rule of thumb. There's even something called mindful drinking. It's about healthier alcohol, but it also refers to drinking really slowly or giving up drinking altogether. Well, at least I have a fancy name to hide behind when I tell people that I don't drink. When I was 16 and in high school, kids my age used to actually take medicines to reduce their stress and anxiety. These medicines did something to increase serotonin in the brain. Looking back, although we didn't really realize it then, it's really sad that kids at that age had to start becoming dependent on chemicals to keep themselves well. Through my parents, yoga and meditation was introduced into my life at the age of 10. But the only thing is, I had to keep it a big secret. Even if it was making such a big difference, I couldn't tell any of the kids my age. At that age, all everyone wants to do is do what their parents say they shouldn't do. In that kind of a mindset, telling people that I do yoga every single morning and how many changes it has been making in my life, it just wasn't feasible. If I was 16 years old today, I may not have to hide it as much from people. The word mindfulness has spread into almost every aspect of mainstream culture. There's mindful politics, there's mindful teaching, there's mindful therapy. You can even get a degree in mindfulness. Sometimes they mix the degree up with psychology or neurosciences, other times with holistic medicine. But either way, people are taking mindfulness way seriously. But being such a popular topic, mindfulness definitely has its critics. There's a book called Mindfulness. As I was saying, mindfulness definitely has its critics. Mindfulness calls it capitalist spirituality and claims that mindfulness has long separated from its Buddhist roots and is now repackaged as a therapeutic tool. Although mindfulness is subject to debate, its popularity gives room for a little bit more gentleness in an otherwise dog-eat-dog world. Like, for example, I can easily explain to my colleagues about my daily meditation practice, for which I briefly disappear during lunch breaks. They can relate with it and often even appreciate it just because of the whole mindfulness craze.
So you may be practicing meditation, but also consciously refining your physical action. The way you move your hands, the way you move your body, the way you move your breath, your words. This is not about becoming pretentious, this is about becoming conscious. Now I'm not talking to you about mindfulness, no, being mindful of everything, no. I'm talking about refining your physical action, your verbal action. With this slowly, your mental action and emotional action also can be refined. This refinement can happen either because you become meditative or you consciously refine it so that you move towards meditativeness.
Mindfulness as a practice often claims to have its roots in the yogic sciences, and a lot of the terminology in these sessions show that someone has definitely done their homework. Many people teach yoga asanas as part of mindfulness classes. Masters of yoga say that mindfulness means to be full of the mind. The science of yoga is to take a person beyond the mind.
Today, there is substantial medical and scientific evidence to show that the very fundamentals of the activity of your brain, your chemistry, even your genetic content can be changed by practicing different systems of yoga.
Another aspect is the one who teaches yoga is important. It is received with a deep sense of reverence and devotion because to learn a process that can take you beyond your own mind, it takes the guidance of someone who knows what that means and how to get there. I guess trying to transcend your own mind by using your own mind can just lead to a lot of mental circus and confusion.
All aspects of physicality are cyclical in the universe. Planets are going around the sun, the solar system are moving, everything in the galaxy, in the cosmos is cyclical. The more and more you're identified with your physical system, the more and more cyclical you are also. Your experiences are cyclical, the process of life is cyclical. If you watch carefully enough, even the situations that you face in your life come in cycles. So yoga means, on one level, to break the cycle of life. What is a circle right now, we want to open it up and make it a straight line. Because if you're going in circles, if I say you're going in circles, what does it mean to you? You're not going anywhere. The sadhana is just about this. However simple the sadhana is, every day if it is worked at, slowly one can see a certain level of freedom happening within you, step by step, till slowly release you. If you want to go rapidly, a lot more to do. You don't mind going slowly, something to do.
In an uncertain world where nothing is black and white, my anchor and guiding light has always been in the world of yoga.